So that's what I'm interested about, like this space that you are exploring right now, Liliane. I mean, the last few years, particularly.
The spaces are not as laconic as in the late de Kooning's, though.
Right.
I think
No,
de Kooning had dementia, didn't he, at the end?
Yes.
So he needed to really...
Alzheimer's disease.
Alzheimer's disease, right.
By 80, 88, 89.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think my work still has got that kind of psychological quality that was also present in my earlier work.
Yeah.
Sort of a sense of compression, but also opening up.
Right.
But
sort of allowing views.
why don't you just tell us why they're not Abex paintings?
Oh, that's a good question.
Why they're not Abex paintings?
Yeah.
Well, they're too structured, really. I think, you know. And the structure always comes from the drawings of our made beds, so that's why I keep holding on to it. That's always the initial point, how I start the paintings.
They couldn't have been as Sean.
No.
Because by the second and the third generation, the New York school came to the tail end because there's too many people painting so-called so that they look like abstract expressionism. Am I making myself sensible?
Of course.
In other words, I remember once Rudy Burkhardt, the terrific photographer, friend of de Kooning, he once told me the story that Rudy and de Kooning in the early 70s were walking on the street, and some angry young painter came up to de Kooning and looked at him and say, "Ah, you Mr. de Kooning?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm de Kooning." He said, "How do you like it when everybody's painting like you?" And he looked at this young painter and he said, "Well, that's not my problem, because everyone know how to paint good de Koonings, but none of you guys know how to paint the bad ones." So there's no way that Liliane can be the third generation or fourth generation. Liliane's making her own painting.
Yeah, that's such an interesting remark. There was an exhibition once of Albert Pinkham Ryder.
Ooh, yeah.
And they showed all the forgeries, you know, because
Very cool American painter.
Albert Pinkham Ryder, who thought there was something out there, was very successful, peculiarly in Scotland.
Yeah.
But you can imagine these little sooty paintings could go in these big houses in Scotland
Easily.
and get more sooty.
Yeah.
Because they had fires all the time, you know, set for 2 weeks a year.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
they
what a crazy idea, Sean.
But they showed all the fakes.
Yes.
And the fakes were better than the real ones.
That's awesome.
And that's what de Kooning is getting at.
Yeah.
Because there's not tragedy in the fakes.
Struggle.
Yes.
They just look so fabulous.
Yes. Wow.
There's no problems.
What a democratic aspiration. Love it, love it, love it, love it.